back to this video. I just gonna talk about this Eli computer guy. Um, he's I'm a fan of Eli, the computer guy. So this is not anything against him. It's just that I think everybody have their own opinion, and I'm just gonna comment on his video about what he said. I'm just gonna play this.
Again, so I don't get Bitcoin. Bitcoin is asinine stupid. Again, the blockchain. I will remind folks. You know what the blockchain is? The blockchain is a database. It is a highly decentralized, immutable database. That's the blockchain.
Okay, so now what is said, it's true, right? It's highly decentralized database. That's really accurate what he's just saying. And I agree. And the blockchain is really inefficient, right? It's really inefficient to do like any other things than a very specific task. This is why you see all the blockchain trying to use other project trying to use the blockchain to do all the other things they want to do. Like they want to put social media platform and the blockchain. They want to put like arts. They want to put all sort of things on the blockchain. While every time they try, they see all those congestion, right? And you see, they always pitch you with ideas of, yeah, you can have all like the metaverse and the blockchain, all those things. But what the truth is, it's really inefficient. It's really slow. It's really inefficient. Bitcoin uses the blockchain for a very specific task of securing a ledger, right? So this is why Bitcoin uses the blockchain. So I I think Eli is a bit. I think he need to dig deeper, a bit deeper into Bitcoin instead of categorizing Bitcoin to the all those other altcoin over there, right? Because Bitcoin is so like get thrown into all those altcoins, right? And then people start to believe that Bitcoin is the same thing as those people, those scammers are trying to pitch people. Oh yeah, you can do this. You can, bring artificial intelligence on the blockchain and all this nonsense. It's not. They can't. It's not gonna work because it's very inefficient. It's you better put that on a centralized server, right? And even if they did, right, Solana tried to, you know, do that, centralize the server, and you see it's really inefficient, and the network go down every time. And in this video, he also talked about Solana, and all those this lending platform on Solana that is keep the people money and all those things. So now, and he said other you know shitty stuff about Bitcoin. And no, and I'm not being offended. I'm not being mad about what he said. What I'm saying is, I think he's right in some areas. Right, the blockchain is you're not gonna be able to use the blockchain to do everything to put social media on the blockchain, all those things. But I think there's a potential that he's not seeing. He's not looking at Lightning Network, right? The Lightning Network is a very separate technology away from the blockchain, right? It's not a ledger, right? It's not a like all those you don't need all those mining equipment. The only thing the Lightning Network does, it's used the Bitcoin network security, right, as anchor for its you know uh, for it to work, right? So this is only that Lightning does, and because of this, a second layer on top of Bitcoin that's reinforced the Bitcoin economy even stronger, because Lightning is not using a coin in itself. It's just using the same Bitcoin token, and to secure, for security and for processing transactions. Not only this, not only it's, having, you have fast instantaneous transaction, right? And but also you have all this social media network building on top of the Lightning network. It's not the blockchain, right? It's not, they're not building on top of Bitcoin network, but they are building on top of the second layer, the layer on top of Bitcoin, right? You have, this is the Lightning channels. Those are just channels that are being open on the Bitcoin network. When you have a node, when you open a node, right? This is a node over here. This is syncing to the network, a Bitcoin node. You will be able to open a uh, basically a Lightning uh, node, right? Once this Bitcoin node is synced, and when you open a Lightning node, you open different channels with other people, right? At the moment, you have, there's about in the moment is there's about like 79,000 channels, and the capacity of the channel is high. Look at the price of a year. That's something like most people are not paying attention to, because this is the problem, right? Now this is the price, the amount of Bitcoin, right, being locked up on those channels on the Lightning network, is keep going up. It's going up, going up. Right? It's not stopping. Right? Regardless if the price is going down, the network is strengthening, and this is why I feel like nobody is really paying attention to. And this is what I think Eli is missing. He's not paying attention. He's just looking at the price, right? He's looking at the price, right? He say, okay, the price go down, and then he start to, come go on his channel and bash on Bitcoin. Yeah, I get it, but I mean, if you just focus on the price, you're not, like you're not looking at the evolution of the technology of what's happening on top of it, right? Because he work in the internet and all the computer and technology space. What he's been doing, he know a lot. He know like what is the internet, or he know all the stuff. He's very good at that. But one thing I think he's missing is that this internet right now is broken, because you see all those like uh third parties, right? All those middlemen holding your data for you, and because of this you have all this surveillance, right? So instead of this, why not giving everybody the ownership of their own data? You have the ability to you sync to the network on your own node very cheaply, and you can store your own data, right? All those other blockchain, right? Ethereum, like Solana, and all those other blockchain, you can't really do the same, right? So most of them, you can't really, store like sync your node to the network, but Bitcoin you can, right? So I think, yeah. So I just wanted to just come out and say this, because I love him. I love his work, and I watch him a lot. And when you look at also, this is the uh, a browser building on top of on top of the Lightning network, right? You have, this is how it works, guys. So you have the Bitcoin layer, which is the security layer, right? So the foundation, right? And then you have the Lightning network on top of that, right? So and then you have the third layers of those all those apps building on top of it, right? So what and those apps basically, they are censorship resistant. You can't shut them down like Twitter, Facebook. There's nobody that can shut them down, shut it down. You can't, right? So, and if you you have your account, right? It's your account. Nobody can shut you down, right? So think about it, right? So it solved the problem of all the social media platforms having to censor people, right? You can't do that on the Lightning Network because it's an open protocol, so the best wins, right? So it's you can't censor, okay? So it's really different, and you have value to value transfer that's gonna happen. Let's say you have a podcast, right? Somebody can stream your satoshis while they are listening to you. Can you do that with the current system on the internet? You can't. You can't, right? Google can't really like build a technology that will allow them to stream like cents cents a minute, like cents a second. They can't, right? Because it's gonna take too much money for processing, you know, settlement. Lightning Network is instant settlement. You see, so I think he's not focusing on the technology side. He's just focusing on the money, right? He's looking at the price. Yeah, of course the price gonna go down. The price is being controlled by like the big money guys. They don't understand the technology just like he does it right now, right? So like you're gonna like I mean when you have a very techy influencers like this, he really know what he's talking about in other areas. But when you come to Bitcoin, not even taking time to understand what it is, and just spreading FUD and spreading you know you know opinions about. I mean, he's like entitled to his own opinion. Like, I mean, so he should be able to say whatever he think. I think it's good to be skeptical about Bitcoin, but you know, you're gonna do some research, right? Bitcoin is a separate system. This Bitcoin is a parallel system. You have the internet. That's a different system doing its own thing. It's completely different. You have Bitcoin system that's just doing its own thing. They are not the same. People try to compare them. Like it's just like trying to compare Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like they are very different. Bitcoin is doing something very very specific and different. It's trying to be a hard money. Nobody can corrupt. That's what it's doing. And anybody else trying to get rich, you just miss the point. So and also he's not thinking about all those people like circumvent uh, hyperinflation in Africa, in third world countries. Like they are saving their life from, dictatorship, like, prevent their money from getting confiscated, right? He's not thinking about that. Right? He doesn't get it because he's just thinking about his privilege, right? But I mean, like privilege, you just in US, right? Who cares, right? You don't really know about what's going on outside the world, right? Tether was designed because of Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin came, and then people say, okay, hey, we need a stable coin so we can, um, people can, have access to it, like in the short term. And this is why the Tether was designed so that people can access money, right? And all the people in the third world countries are using it, right? It's because of the Bitcoin blockchain technology. So I'm not saying if every other blockchains are useful. What I'm saying is like Bitcoin is like is a very good like very strong technology. It's a big innovation, right? So I'm afraid that a lot of those people will miss the point. I mean, you have to do your own research. You have to learn about this thing, not just listen to what an expert is saying. And one thing I realize is that there are no experts in this world. All experts, they don't know what really they are talking about. So that's why you have to do your own research, right? So, anyways, if you like one of computer guy, Eli the computer guy subscriber, just ask him to maybe look at Bitcoin deeper. I'm sure he's a very smart guy. He will, you know, educate himself about this technology so he know deeper and deeper about what it is. uh, I know, like, when you first come into Bitcoin, you kind of like, oh, this is bad, this is ugly, this is bad, this is like clunky and slow and all those things. When once you start to understand it, and he Bitcoin will humble you, right? Bitcoin will humble you, and you will realize that you can't change it. Bitcoin will change you, and most of those people, they will start to realize that when they become in trouble, when the bank account gets frozen, right? They can't access the fund. The businesses can't function because money is everything. So what you're gonna do? This is when they're gonna realize they need Bitcoin. So we need that. We need we need those people to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin is at like 100,000, like, $1 million, right? So at those prices, not only the old system is not gonna work, but they will have to use something. I mean, gold in the digital age is not like as efficient as Bitcoin, right? It's not as um, it doesn't work the same as Bitcoin, right? So you need something that's reliable, right, to do business. So anyway, I just wanted to keep it there. I love Eli, the computer guy. I think he's a genius. I love his work. I see he's doing a lot of progress, and so I'm gonna keep watching him. But it's just that in this, I didn't like what this opinion, but he's completely entitled to his own opinion, right? Like everybody else. So it's just that I didn't agree with everything he said. So, but a lot of other things he said about those shitcoin, I agree with him. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know, and I'll see you again.